little bit of rage. Apparently, my rage has been misdirected. Apparently, the man upstairs decided to shoot me to make a point. My faith in the human condition and our ability to come together during times of trial and tribulation is seriously shaken, America. Why? Well, there's certain things you expect out of certain people. I expect my father to be a douche. And I would expect my friends to have my back. People whose back that I have, I'm sorry, but I don't know why I should expect this out of people, or why I should think that that's the way it goes. When I have somebody's back, they have my back. That's the way it works. I don't even tell people most of the time all that I do to, to have their back. I don't usually go around saying, hey, buddy, I did this for you and I did that for you. Oh, nice. Ugh. So the other day I was trying to burn a CD, amidst the blackout. Yes, we were dark. For a week I was sporadically allowed on the internet, thanks to the man upstairs. Thank you, man upstairs, for having my back. But, he bought a generator to make sure his kid would not go without power. I just wanted to clarify something, okay? And then we'll move on to more pressing issues. We will move on to things that actually matter in the world, apparently. Let me explain the situation. My father tends to sometimes be a little bit of a douche. He stopped paying child support. He claims that whatever, he doesn't have the money. He claims whatever. He's not turning over financials to blah blah blah. Whatever. Okay, I expect that behavior out of the man who gave me life. Okay, it's pretty much all he gave me. Whatever. Okay, so he didn't pay his child support, and my mother could not afford to pay the electric bill, so they had to shut it off. So the man upstairs, he bought a generator, and he shared some with me, except for after about a day, he said, we have a problem here. If we keep giving you current, if we keep sharing with you all that we have, meanwhile, everything I have, the little bit that I have, I would share with this guy, and I have. I've offered him every little thing that I have, okay? And I'll explain to you, America, why my faith in humans to come together during times of trials and tribulations is seriously shaken, if not shattered. Let me adjust this microphone to make sure you hear me. 2 fist lengths away from the mic you should be at all times. So, basically, I was trying to burn a CD, which I offered to burn for him. And I said, let me get a couple minutes. Let me get whatever. He said, I'll give you a half an hour. I was in the middle of burning the CD. Meanwhile, this guy, when he doesn't have the internet, he'll come into the backyard and knock on the door and yell until he gets my attention to make sure I plug in the internet for him. And I won't waste your time with this bit of petty nonsense very much longer, America. Anyways, this man, in the middle of me, making this CD, all I really wanted to do, no power, okay, I've been sleeping outside, getting bitten alive, reading books, reading a book to stay awake, because, if I fell asleep, the fucking bugs would eat me alive, right? Meanwhile, this guy didn't have cable, so I gave him my box, my personal, Cablevision cable box. I lent it to him, living upstairs. They went to digital. He didn't have any channels, so I'm like, look, I can't let you and your kid go out without the cable. it back. I wasn't stingy. I wasn't like, okay, you could have it for a week. Even though all we were asking to do was pitch in a little bit. Meanwhile, my father pretends to respect him, but he doesn't really respect him. He calls him racial epithets behind his back. I was the only person who had this guy's back in this house from the beginning. But to make a long story short, in the middle of me doing this, making this CD, he unplugs me without warning, so my computer crashed. My computer crashed, it just shut down. The CD, my last CD, that I offered to pay, that I got from him, I paid for it. I offered to pay for it, and he just walked away. It was ruined. So he comes up to me telling me that I'm petty, that he should be lucky that we're giving him current, that he's giving us current. Maybe I am being a little petty. My point was, maybe a little warning. Maybe, hey Joe, I'm gonna unplug you. Really? Okay, that's fine. Okay, just give me 2 more seconds. The CD's almost done burning. Didn't even say anything. He slithered downstairs, unplugged me, and then slithered back up without so much as a word. Meanwhile, when I was cooking dinner, I asked him if he wanted some. When I got ice, I asked him if he wanted some, if he wanted to put his food in the ice. And when you have a situation, when you're faced with hardship, us humans, we have the natural inclination to either A, roam in packs and take care of each other and watch out for each other and have each other's backs, or we go the total opposite way, and it slowly drives us to be selfish and to alienate and to think about us. Me, I treat my friends like family, because for the most part of my life, I never really had a family. I had my friends. I had people who I would consider my friends that took me in when I had no shelter. My own family, during a time in my life where I had no shelter, I had no place to go, my own family kicked me out. And I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a dirtbag. I'm a good kid. The worst I would do would be to leave a scented candle burning and walk away from it, or try to cook plátanos in a wok with sesame seed oil. So the worst I could do, yet I couldn't depend on my family, so I depended on my friends. So ever since then, I would treat my friends like family. What I have is yours, and for the most part, with most of my friends, it's been the same way around. Mi casa es su casa. Mine is yours, and yours is mine. And I gotta wrap this up, but it hurt me. And then he came down when he said we need to talk about something, because I was livid. I wasn't furious. I was livid. I was perturbed. I was angry. I was upset. I was disappointed. So me, being me, I don't have my microphone, so I used the power of my voice, because you could blatantly hear me down from upstairs. I made sure my voice was heard, because he slithered upstairs. Didn't get a chance to talk to him. I walked right outside. It was nowhere to be found. Knocked on the door. Nowhere to be found. He acts like he was a godsend, letting us borrow the power. Okay, look. And then, even though it's my dirtbag father doesn't pay his child support, claims that he doesn't have the money, yet where does all his money go? Won't show anybody. He won't even tell me. Refused to sign for my loans because he doesn't believe in me, so I'm not going to college right now. Luckily, I found somebody else who believes in me, like my own father doesn't. And he starts turning this around on my mother, saying that it's my mother's fault. My poor mother, who's had 6 back operations and no spleen, who should not legally be working,